Johnny London here once again. Now, all work on site had ground to a halt. We had a bad week of rain, so I couldn't really get anything done. Then I've had the dreaded, the COVID. So I'm finally sort of back together now, and well, I don't know if it's going to rain or not this afternoon. Rumour has it that it may, but in any case, I brought my chop saw down, and I'm going to see if I can actually get constructing. My first task is to make a mirror opposite of this panel, and that should be easy enough. I've got all the materials, and obviously the measurements, well, they're right there in front of me. Let's get unpacking all that lovely new wood. Well, needless to say, all the safety gear. Hopefully you can see there that the way I've worked things out with the 3 metre wood lengths, I haven't got too much wastage. I get not one, but 2 sections out of every length of wood. Well, that saw made short work of things. I was in 2 minds whether to bother bringing that down out of the attic. It was behind a load of stuff, so I haven't used it in ages. But of course, once you've got the saw down and set up, it does save you a lot of time. But not only that, it means that if you cut a piece of wood and maybe it's half a mil out or even a mil out, you can easily just sort of shave a little bit off it, which obviously you can't do when you're just working with the handsaw. Now, that's 1 pack already sort of consumed. I've got a couple of offcuts that I'll be using to repair the front section. So now I'm just going to measure these up, cut these, and then I can start thinking about how it's all going to go together. Here I've laid everything out so I can see what I've got. Just got one sort of funny cut to do, which I have to use the handsaw for, unfortunately. Well, that wasn't at all tedious. Damp wood and a blunt saw. So here it is all laid out. The only thing is I'm a little bit short of the sort of battening timbers. I wasn't sure how much of the old stuff was good, and I was at the builder's depot and they were 3 metre lengths, and I wasn't sure if they'd go in that car. I know they fit in the old Jag that I had, but in the Saab I wasn't sure 3 metre lengths would go. So I bought a couple, thinking I could always just abandon them if they didn't fit, because I didn't even have a saw with me. But they did fit, but sort of only just. I might have got a couple more in, but I thought I'd just sort of cobble it together with what I've got. So that's the thing now. I could have done with a little bit more materials. With a couple of odd bits and a couple of old bits, I've managed. Right, now what I've had to do is I've had to turn everything over, because when I nail it together, this is the way the nails are coming in from. They're going through the slats of wood and into the frame. That's made life difficult for me, because I did have everything quite nice and square, so I've had to reset everything. But measuring corner to corner, I have got it absolutely to the millimetre the same. It's 222.2 both ways actually. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack a few nails in. I've got these bright oval nails, 40mm, found them in my tool thing, perfect. I'm making progress, but the only problem with those nails is that they have a sort of pinched off head where they're manufactured, so it's really easy to mishit them. See what I mean? And again. It does take a bit of concentration, but I'm getting there. I check for straightness as I go. Don't want to have those nails back out if I can help it. I'm using the drill driver for a change, but it could do with a new bit. I've actually got more bits indoors, but I can't be bothered going to find them. I've put some of the old glazing in place just as a guide while I work. I think I've gotten away with it. I put the rest of the nails in on the central battens. Well, that'll do for today. New panel completed. I'll put it away so that it won't get too wet. Well, hopefully. See you next time.